Hello, we continue our series of videos where I show you all the cool cloud computing that you can do on premises running on IBM systems technology. Like I've said before, what you're observing is Openshift Container Platform running on a VM on a physical Power Server, which is in our demo center. And what we will do today is to deploy a multi-tier application composed of Node.js and a MongoDB backend. This will be a more advanced example of a deployment of a web application. So let's log in. Okay, here we've got the platform and we are going to be working with Node.js, as you can see, as well as MongoDB. That's going to be the objective. So let's begin by creating a project, which is what we always do. And this project is going to be called Let's Chat. And then I press create. We've created the project. Now let's click on Let's Chat. And this time we are going to click on Browse Catalog, which brings us to the applications available to us on the platform. So the first one we're going to pick is MongoDB, and we're going to go and set up the database. So as you can see, here's MongoDB. You can have documentation, get support. We are going to click Next. So it has a memory limit of 512 megabytes for memory. The namespace is OpenShift. The database service name is MongoDB. The MongoDB connection username is Mongo user. The MongoDB connection password is password. Very creative. The MongoDB database name is SampleDB. The MongoDB admin password is MongoADM. And the version is 3.6. So now we click Next. So now we are going to create a binding. So we're going to go and check create a secret in Let's Chat to be used later. So before we do that and before we click create, let's go and take a look at what a secret is. So a secret is a Kubernetes object that contains a small amount of sensitive data such as a password, a token, or a key. Such information might otherwise be put into a pod specification or an image. Users can create secrets, and the system also creates some secrets. To use a secret, a pod needs to reference the secret. So it's a way of distributing credentials in Kubernetes that is highly secure. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're creating the secret so that we can bind this, and let's go ahead and do that. And you will see that MongoDB is being provisioned. And so we continue to the project overview to check the status of the service. Notice that it is pending. It will use one pod. And so we got to wait a little bit. And it looks like it is up and running. Okay. And if I go to MongoDB ephemeral, you will see that the status is ready. Okay. Note that because this is a secret, once created, everything becomes blacked out, so you can't see any of it. So just to check the details of this deployment, we are going to go to Deployments. We'll click on MongoDB. You will see that it's active. It's deployment number 1. If I click on that, it will give us all the details. It tells us the port, the mount, the actual name. So it's all ready to go. So we have now deployed a new MongoDB instance into the project. This instance, as is suggested by the name, is ephemeral, meaning that the data is not persistent when you restart the instance. So this is important because this is going to be a stateless service. If you need stateful, then you would choose MongoDB, not ephemeral, the other version, in which case the data is kept forever. Right? So not all services require data kept all the time. So this is a stateless service. As a result, this deployment or this service should only be used for development purposes, because once you go into production, you will want to keep that data. So these are all the things that you have to think about when you deploy containers. So we'll go back to overview now. So now we will deploy the Node.js application. We're going to click on Add a Project. Browse Catalog again. We will go to Node.js, click on that, click Next. So let's confirm. We've got version 10, which is the latest. Application name, it's Let's Chat. And what we're going to do here is we're going to open up GitHub. So this is where all the code is, as you have learned so far. So we copy this URL. We go back to OpenShift, copy that, click on Advanced Options. Now we can see that we have all the elements that we need, but we don't have routing yet. So we will need to create the routing. So this one we're going to call it Let's Chat .10.3.54.102 nip.io, and we'll go and create the route. All right, so here is the route. So we'll go back to Overview, and here is the deployment. It's building it. So we have to wait a little bit. Notice it says no deployments for Let's Chat. Once that is deployed, it will say one pod. So notice it's building it. The build is running. It's ready to deploy. And it's deployed. So, can we confirm that this is deployed? We will click on the route to see if we have something up and running. Okay, the brand new application is there. Let's imagine that you are a brand new customer. You will click on I need an account. You will sign in as student01, email student01@ibm.com, and the password we'll just put password, and we will click register. All right, we are in. So let's log in. All right, so now we need to find a room. So it's room 01 and save. So as you can see, this is a chat. If there was somebody else out there using the same system, then we could chat. It's that simple. We have just developed a 2-tier application. Thank you very much. And I hope you have enjoyed this series of OpenShift Container Platform videos showing you all the cool cloud computing you can do on premises on IBM Power Systems. Have a great day.